Hello, 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 and welcome aboard CardboardSim. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves here in Salt Lake City. We are pretty easy flight today. We are making our way northbound on a northwest heading of 306 to Boise Air Terminal. 248 nautical miles. And today we are clear skies. The conditions out of here live right now are once again another hazy situation, and I would have had to set up IFR. I didn't really feel like doing IFR out of here. So that's how we're gonna do it today. Yo, Val, what's up, my mans? Howard in the building. Good evening, my friend. First things first, let's get some air going on in here because got the heat cranking in the house because it is 29 degrees here, y'all. It's cold for us in North Carolina, especially on the coast. So, brakes are set. Alright, let's get some beacon and some nav and some air going on. Let me get y'all some music going. Classic music. I gotta change my music up. I gotta work on another playlist. Give y'all something different. I need to pull some of my music from my music channel over. I might work on that tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. If not, that might be a weekend thing. Just changing through everything, so don't mind me. Just making sure everything is good. Which it should be. Oh, that's nice, Val. We won't start seeing that until next week. We got this cold front coming through right now, so it's got its blistering. We actually had a couple sprinkles of snowfall this morning. Okay, so that's set up. We are there. Right. I totally understand that, man. You should see us up here in North Carolina. It's the same thing, man. 29 degrees. They about to shut down the whole city. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with this. So before we take off, I would like to give a big shout out and thank you to my good friend SayIntentions.AI for gifting me with let's get some light on in here, with this amazing cup here, and it says I flew Route 66 in 2024. Very nice cup. It's engraved and everything. You know, he's doing a Route 66 tour over on his sim channel, and I started flying, you know, the route in the beginning, but unfortunately I wasn't able to finish all the way through. But he was kind enough to give me this nice cup. So, Sess, I appreciate that. Thank you, mate. This would be the first cheers sip of the cup. Cheers to you, Mike. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. It's probably coming in kind of crazy. I'll pull it back a little bit. Sorry, the stream is behind a little bit, so that's why there seems to be lag in between the conversations and whatnot. So I'm just making sure. Okay, that works. Cool. Thanks, Sess. All right. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. All right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? Hey, Janet, how you doing today? You have fun in Salt Lake City?
I'm doing splendidly, thank you. Salt Lake City is just delightful, isn't it? It's like a giant playground for adults who forgot how to play.
Okay. All right, so let's get we'll get CTAF in on 1, 2, 3, and we'll get departure on 12625. Get you loaded in. Let's go ahead and squawk BFR. We'll go ahead and check control surfaces right now while we're here. Everything feels good. And weather is pretty solid for today, so we shouldn't be no issues on runway of choice. Well, actually runway 7 or runway 17 would be our best option, as 35 would give us a 3-knot tailwind. So 17 it is. Okay. Right, man. Let's see. Well, let's get taxiing out, and we'll see what Janet has for us for Toby. All right. Let's get this out of the way here. Belinda traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's taxiing to runway 17. Belinda traffic. All right. Brakes are released. Let's get out of here. Brake check. Brakes are good. Everybody buckled in back there? I hope so. Okay. How you doing, Ben? Hey, Janet, what did Toby do while we was here in Salt Lake City?
Oh, Toby? Well, he once tried to impress a girl by pretending to be a local wildlife expert. He ended up getting chased by a flock of angry geese at Liberty Park because he thought it would be funny to feed them bread. Spoiler alert, it wasn't funny for him, but it was hilarious for everyone else.
Hey, I tell you what. Now, this is one situation I will defend Toby on this one. Geese are evil. I don't know if any of y'all ever dealt with those before, but a flock of them birds, they turn into some real thugs. For real, for real. I remember when I was in South Dakota, and it's called Canyon Lake. It's a very small lake downtown Rapid City. And I went out there one summer because I was bored, because there's nothing else to do out there, and decided to get on a paddle boat with a loaf of bread and go out there and feed the birds, you know, become one with Mother Nature. Oh, and I found out real quick there were just certain parts of Mother Nature that you don't want to bond with. Them birds had me trapped on that paddle boat, and I was fearing for my life. So, Toby, I get it. I mean, I wasn't trying to impress no girl, but I got your back on that one, Toby. Yeah, Val, them man. Listen, I give them birds their space, and I respect them. Okay. Belinda traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is taking off runway 17. Belinda traffic. Alright, we are clear final, and we are clear down the runway. Power's in. Let's go. Airspeed is alive. And we're looking for 60. Here we go. Goodbye, Salt Lake. Positive rate. Gears are coming up. Speed checks, flaps up. We'll do a left turn out. Belinda traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is turning crosswind for a correction, left crosswind departure on a northwest heading of 306. Belinda traffic. Later, Belinda. We out of here. All right. So Belinda traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is departing to the northwest. Final call, Belinda traffic. Alright, let's get in. That's almost approach. Approach Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is departing Belinda.
Bonanza.
Can I finish saying what I gotta say?
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, you are not under flight following. Say request or contact tower for departure clearance.
Approach Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa.
Hey, will you let me say what I gotta say? Don't start with me this morning.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, Salt Lake approach. Say request.
Request flight following to Boise Air Terminal.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, flight following is on request. Squawk 3517, they night dent.
3517 IDAHO Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, radar contact. 5 miles north of Belinda Field, Tool Valley Airport at 7500 feet, heading 309. Tool altimeter 29.901.
29901 Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Okay. We got 9,000 there. Looks like we got so we'll go according to this, that's 11,000 there, that's 10,000 here. So let's go up to 10. Let's lean her out a little bit. Okay. Lights are coming off. All right. Climb out a little bit. What's going on in the chat? Oh, hey, Ben, I think they do that everywhere, because here in North Carolina, I mean, they will shut the highway down for 5-10 minutes. And you can tell who the leader is, because he'll be standing in the back. Like, well, he'll shut the street down, and then he'll stand there and look at you like, I wish one of y'all would try to run me and my crew over. And then we'll have to sit there and wait for everybody to cross. And then he'll just still stand there like, yeah, that's what I thought. And then he'll slowly trot across the street. If y'all don't get out the street. Yep. Badgers. That's all they are. Took off on the next leg of the Globetrotter. 1,043 miles in the line. Nice, man. That's a nice ride for you. How long is that flight? to we'll climb out to 10 initially. Take it from there. 3 hours. Oh, that's not bad. We got 235 miles to go, and it's an hour and a half with the V here. Okay, that's cool. I never used Beyond ATC. I know Cess, he uses it. And you know, when they first came into the scene. Jesus, can't talk right. That was my original choice. That was my first choice. And then SayIntentions just kind of snuck in the back door, and I was hooked from the jump. All right, we're gonna level out here at 10,000. We're a long ways from home. But we gonna get there though. After the flight last night, I was doing some testing with the sim. Because there's a few things, like I said, when I originally built this cockpit, I built it off of the BR Sim Designs detail. And so the model and the panel and and all that fun stuff is different from the one that I fly now, which is the Coronado. And so after the flight, I got up, stretched my legs a little bit, used the bathroom. When I came back, the plane had frosted over because it was so cold here in Utah. And so I'm like, well, I need to get the plane cranked back up and start defrosting. So I started looking around the panel, and I noticed, you got your cabin heat, your defrost, all of that good stuff. And so I turned all of that on. And I had to sit here for a few minutes and wait for everything to thaw out. But I found that pretty cool that that it did that. So what I want to do is, there are some open spots here inside my panel, and I want to add those features. The cabin heat, the cabin defrost, all of that good stuff. So if we're ever in those conditions again, I can actually set it from inside the sim, or from inside the cockpit, and not have to do all the sliding around into the sim itself. So I found some more buttons and switches to add, and those will be coming in the future. I like the 24-hour trial. The financial advisor said I should stay with what I have. I was listening to one of your flights on a road trip, and she liked the ACT interaction you had. So she might hook me up. Oh, that's what's up, Ben. Yeah, like I said, man, SayIntentions. I will be a salesman for them, for anybody who wants to have, you know, consistent, solid ATC no matter where you're at, you know, outside of flying on vatsim, which, you know, we all know that vatsim is the real thing. But a lot of people don't get on vatsim, and a lot of people don't really care too much for vatsim. I mean, I'm cool with vatsim, but it's a constant hit and miss. You know, there's just not as much coverage there for me. And I've said it before, you know, with VFR, which is pretty much what I fly, and I think most of us fly in a sense, you're not really dealing with ATC as much anyway. But I still would like to have ATC available, you know, just to have that, you know, versus just going CTAF to CTAF all the time. So that's why I like SayIntentions. And I mean, you know, you see what happens, you know, there's no script to it, man. Like you can really do anything with it and it'll roll with you. So, and they're constantly adding on, you know, new features here and there. So it's getting better. I mean, it's come a long way from when I first started with them. But yeah, so hopefully the advisor handles that for you. Springbok, how's it going? Hey Jenny, where can I go for a few? Hold on, let me ask her real quick. Hey Janet, Springbok wants to know where can he go for a few days hiking without meeting up with any bears.
Well, if Springbok is looking to avoid bears while hiking, he might want to consider the Wasatch Range. It's a lovely area with plenty of trails, and as far as I know, the bears have better things to do, like binge-watching nature documentaries. Just make sure he doesn't bring any snacks, or he might end up sharing his trail mix with a very curious raccoon instead.
There you go, Springbok. The monthly fee for SayIntentions, I think, is $17 a month. Originally it was $30 a month. So I started out when it was really high, but because they were getting so much traffic, they've actually they're doing good. So they dropped it down to just 16. It's like 16. I think it's like 16.25 or something like that. Yeah, Ben, that's what I'm saying. So you can, it's the interaction with the AI in SayIntentions is so amazing to me. Hey Janet, tell Ben that he should get SayIntentions.
Oh, absolutely. Staying intentions is like making sure you don't accidentally walk into a room full of angry geese.
She didn't hear me.
It's all about being prepared, really.
She misunderstood what I said. Hey Janet, tell Ben that you would be a perfect tour guide for him on his plane. See how well she did with that.
Oh, I would be a perfect tour guide for Ben. I mean, who wouldn't want to hear about the time Toby tried to impress a girl by pretending to be a pilot and ended up getting stuck in a tree while trying to demonstrate how to land a plane? It was a right kerfuffle.
There you go, Ben. I don't know what update. I did some change in this sim, and it is running so much better. And I've even changed up some. I've even bumped. Okay, I'll put it to you this way. Whatever I did yesterday, pre-stream, I have gained so much more performance. It's not even funny. Now, normally, I'm running DLSS on performance, and then I have a lot of my settings, you know, they're all kind of, I got some on ultra, some on medium, some on high, some on low, you know, it just depends. But this was before these changes I did. After these changes, I literally have everything on ultra. Everything is maxed out minus my TLOD, which is set to 100. And I went from DLSS performance to DLSS quality, and I'm streaming, and she is running solid right now. I found some video. I got to go back and find it. I went back and found some video, and because I noticed that I lose a little bit of performance when I'm running the 750 with SpaceDesk. So what I would do is I would go and fly around, and then I would literally turn the 750 completely off, and the moment I do that, my performance shoots to the roof, and I mean, I just get solid performance. So I'm like, well, maybe there's something I can do to get better performance. Now I've already done the one thing where you go in and you do an exclusion or an excursion or exclusion, something like that. So that's already set up. All, you know, everything is up to date. All the drivers is up to date. Then I found this one video, and this guy had me doing some weird stuff, and it was something about some type of registry, and he had me disable it or turn it off or whatever, and it seemed to have changed the dynamic of how the sim runs now, because this is flowing very, very good. Very good. I like this. Ha! Sold. That's my job, to sell it. Is it easy to blend AI with SayIntention? Says. Hold on. I got it. Hey, buddy. Hey, friend. Let me turn the lights on here. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. I love the cup, man. Love it. Perfect size for my beverages. Cheers, mate. Hey, Springball, what do you mean as far as blend AI? I'm kind of confused on that question there. You, buddy. What it do? Now, Springball, I can run 400 on my LOD. My TLOD, I could definitely do 400. She don't really like it too much when I'm in very, very heavy saturated areas. But she'll run it for sure. But like out here, I just don't want to push it to the max and streaming. You know, that's my thing, because I still want the stream to be solid. And I don't want the PC fighting over resources on who gets what, if that makes sense. So until I get me a streaming PC, so that the PC, you know, the gaming PC can do its own thing, I'm gonna kind of keep it right here and see how it goes. I mean, as far as the updates, there was a Windows update. That was really the only update outside of that change that I did. So either it was the update or it was that change, but it has definitely, because if I was like before that and I tried doing, like, literally I have everything on ultra right now and DLSS on quality, and you can see just how smooth she's performing right now. There was no way I would have been able to do that and stream pre that change, you know? Oh no, Springbok, everything is right out the box. Like there's no programming, there's no blending. It's like you literally, you turn the app on, you know, and you just go with it. So there's, you don't have to train anything, you don't have to blend anything, you don't have to teach the program nothing. It's just plug and play, and that's the beautiful thing about artificial intelligence, is it's constantly learning, you know. So I appreciate that, Howard. Yeah, and say intentions. Yeah, there's no so you can, so once you get things set up now, if you, so like to get Janet and all of that stuff, there's an add-on called Entourage, and Entourage is just pretty much what it says, Entourage. So you can choose from having a tour guide like Janet, you can have a co-pilot, but as you can see, they're only IFR qualified. So the co-pilot is only, they can handle all the radios for you. That's about the best thing that they can do for now. I mean, I'm pretty sure in time they'll be able to do more functions, but even for them to handle radios and comms, it's got to be an IFR flight. And then you also have cabin crew, you know, so you're flying a tube or something like that, you know, you can talk to them and they'll respond and all that other stuff. So it's coming a long way, man. I love it. Hey, Sess, I got it. Okay, well now that I have a cup, you know, from the Australian himself, maybe the more and more I drink from it, my accent will come into play. Tokyo, we headed to Alaska next. Okay, Bunny, you cruising right on along. What we got here? Okay, so Sess, I want to let you know that it is beer, but it is non-alcoholic. I kind of put down the alcohol, man. That's it. It got bad for me for a long time with that stuff. My transition, well, from the military to the transition out of the military and all that fun stuff, life had got pretty hard, you know, and alcohol was my escape, and it got pretty bad for me. So I'm 6 months. I'm roughly 6 months sober. So, but I do like the taste of beer, and the Heineken Zeros is what I'm drinking now. So I still get the taste of beer, just without the alcohol. Oh, just a heads up, auto FPS is out for 2024. Well, that sounds good, Springbok. I'm still I'm still waiting on Air Manager to do their thing over there on 24. I do not have a drink holder at the moment. I will be adding those in. Oh yeah, I mean, hey, Seth, I worked hard to get my SPPL. For those of you who don't know what SPPL is, that is Sim Private Pilot's License. I've worked very, very hard to get here, and I do not want to lose it over somebody, because you know there's haters out there, and all it takes is that one hater to see your video out there and then want to go and run and like a baby and tell your business. Ooh, I saw CardboardSim drinking alcohol while he was flying, and then I lose my license. Ain't happening. Oh really? Oh, that's cool, Seth. Yeah, I love this stuff. This stuff is good, and it helps curb the you know, the appetite for it, because my favorite drink, well, I put it to you this way, in the US my favorite beer was Yingling. Love that stuff. Delicious. One of the originals, if not, I think the original. I think it's the oldest brewery in the States, out of Pennsylvania. Now, when I was stationed in Germany, my favorite beer across Europe, which was of course a German beer, and that was Krumbacher. It's a Pilsner. Oh, I mean, I was taking that by the crate. It went so good. And there's actually one place here in the States that actually sells them, and it's in Cleveland, Ohio, at a Harris Teeter. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. I was going through there on a mission for something, and I ended up finding it. I was actually thinking about it, and I was like, well, let me see what's out here, because at one point I was on a hunt for it for a long time, and so I pulled it up, and sure enough, I found a Harris Teeter right on route of where I was going, and I pulled in and I bought everything they had on the shelf. Not Army, I'm Air Force, Springbok. Just say, you know how to pull wheels up. Yeah, you know how people are. There's somebody actually screenshotting and screen recording my stream right now to go report it to the SFAA or FAA. Jesus. I don't need the Sim FFA, FAA. I cannot talk tonight. FAA coming knocking on my door, telling me to hand over my license. But yeah, I'm Air Force, Springbok, aircraft mechanic here. Worked on B1 bombers for 6 years. And then I worked on and flown with the C-130J models out of Germany. I think I'm gonna climb up to 11. I don't like that right there. Look a little too close for comfort. it is showing 8,986. And I was at 10, so that's what? That only gave me 1,100 clearance. Not even. Just over 1,000 feet. What's the actual clearance? You gotta be what is it, 1,500 or is it 2,000? I can't remember. Who knows the answer to that? What is the, I guess, the safe clearing height, like going over obstacles or like mountaintops? Is it 1,500 feet or 2,000? Or am I completely wrong? Clarence. I thought there was actually like there was a rule for that though, you know? Like according to FAA, you gotta be, you know, 2,000 above. You know, whatever. Can I lean her out anymore? No, not really. Not doing too bad. Leaned out at 13, so pretty much 14 gallons. And we doing 158 on the ground. Not many planes in 2024 in multiplayer. So they give you, so you only have certain options in multiplayer. So regardless of what you have in your hangar, when you go to multiplayer, it is different. That's crazy. Everyone in career, right, Val? I mean, I will say it looks like they've done a phenomenal job in career mode over there. I'll take a look at that when that time comes. But, you know, here's where it gets kind of funny to me. Because you'll literally have, and I mean, I get it, everybody does their own thing in the flight sim community. I am not knocking by any means nobody for how they go about doing their thing in the sim skies, right? But I find it so hilarious when you get into these flight groups on Facebook, right? And these guys are literally like having a full-time face-off about who is better in career mode. Like, I've flown more than this, and oh well, I've got paid. Uh-oh. I hear somebody. Is that Jimmy? That might be Jimmy. Jimmy! I How goes it, my friend? Sounds good, man. We just cruising along up here. We 155 nautical miles out, just under an hour to go. Yeah, it's nice. Have you been able to get one of them switches to work in mobiflight? Cool. That's good. Hey everybody, Jimmy is on the server with me in Discord. So if y'all want to say hello, feel free. It's the people that announced they leave in 24. Springbok, let me tell you something about those people. Like they need a whole channel, like a whole Facebook group for themselves. I can't believe I wasted my money on 2024. We'll see you guys. Don't really care. Oh yeah, of course. Once you get everything settled in, we definitely got to go up for a flight. Now, are you gonna be flying 2020 or 2024? Okay, cool. I gotcha. Yeah, Springbok, you know it's like, what point are you trying to make to let the world know that you don't like 2024? Like, okay, you don't like 2024 and you're gonna go back to 2020 or X-Plane. Okay, cool. Like, you're taking up server space right now with this garbage. Nobody cares about that. But it's really just, you know, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020/2024 groups. But like when you get into like the actual like DIY flight sim setups and the triple super screen or super monitors, and you know, guys who actually building sims, they ain't nobody really, if anything, will, you know, they'll talk about, you know, what they feel about it, but we're too busy trying to help each other out than to be complaining about something. Right, Val. Why I was wrong about 2020. You know, people are going to complain about what they're going to complain about, you know. But then what's crazy is, just because you're having issues with 2024 doesn't necessarily mean everybody else is having the same issues. Like, I see a lot of guys out there that are doing phenomenal numbers in FS 2024 right now with no complaints, while on the other hand you got people over here saying that they can't even get onto the server. So just because you're going through something with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, that doesn't mean that it's blanket like everybody, you know. Like, don't worry about it, guys, because my PC can't handle what's going on. My internet speeds aren't fast enough to keep up with 2024, so don't bother. No, everything is good over here. I can fly FS 2024 fine. I just don't have no gauges to run off of because Air Manager is not updated yet. That is literally the only reason why I'm not flying 2024 right now. Everything else works. mobiflight works with 2024. The 750 works. Navigraph works. Yeah. So I just need Air Manager and I'm good to go. Springbok, I am running a 4080 Super. Jimmy. Right, they had to get it out. You know, they do that with it's funny you say that, Jippy, because they did it when FSX came out. They did it when 2020 came out. And now they're doing it with 2024. Ben, I have no idea. I've never used GSX. Right along. Cool. Rex Amos. Atmos. What's Atmos, Springbok? Now I know for Rex I use two things from Rex. I used Accuseason and I used their global textures, which is pretty much an enhancement for airport taxiways and runways. I kind of like the freshly new cement with the new painting look versus the old rundown beat up lines. Yeah, it does kind of look like that, don't it, Ben? Environment shader, something like that. Huh. I'll be jumping into 24 for a test once 66 is done. We'll let you know my thoughts once I have played around with it. Sounds good, Sess. Yeah, I would like to see your thoughts on it. Now I'll tell you this. I've set my settings up kind of how I did with 2020, just to have, you know, a solid comparison between the two. Now when I did my testing, that was in the beginning. So what, we're pushing almost a month since the release. We're about a week or so out from a month, and they've done their updates, or I guess they've done a few updates or some minor changes, so it might be a little different. But I will say though, I think that you will actually be shocked, in a sense, outside of the default scenery. I think that's one thing that they kind of played us on the default scenery. It just doesn't. It's not as appealing than 2020's default. But outside of that, they done a phenomenal job with terrain. They done a phenomenal job with water textures. Weather seems to be better. The flight model seems to be better. And I feel like FS2024 has a bright future ahead of it. We just, got to work on it. That's all. Changing sky colors. Oh, okay. I got you now. I got you. CPU is running 41% for now. All ultra. Well, Springbot, that's why I was. Who was I having this conversation with? Was it you, Val? We was having this conversation about being what were we talking about? I think it was you, Val. Where we were saying having the balance between your GPU and your CPU. Because everybody just gets stuck on the main thread, limited by main thread, but in reality you can actually adjust your GPU to CPU settings to actually balance it out, so you actually still can get a better performance. So you're welcome, Sess. So let's see if I can do this real quick. So when it comes to flight sim, and I'm still learning. I don't consider myself a pro at this. Bottleneck. That's right, Val. So let's say you got a i9-14, right? But you're running a 3060 card, right? So obviously your 14 CPU is stronger than your 3060. Now you're gonna, in theory, you're still gonna be limited by main thread. But what you want to now do is you want to adjust your settings so that your CPU is pushing out the same amount as what your GPU can max itself out on, if that makes sense. So instead of doing, you got to understand, well, I guess let me put it this way, you got to understand what settings in flight sim is being utilized by which part of the PC. So your graphics, which is your sliders, your TLOD and your object level of detail, those are pretty much going to be powered and controlled by the GPU. Then when you start working on all the back end work, the anisotropic, all that good stuff, and then the ambient occlusion and yada yada yada, most of those are being ran by the CPU. So what you want to start doing is figuring out, this is how I like to tell a lot of people, and this is how I just learned how to optimize my system in a sense. Take your sliders all the way down to the bottom. Take them all the way down to 0 or to 10, I guess you could say. And then take everything else and put it on, like start with your, we'll say medium. Like if you have, depending on what kind of PC you have, like if you have a somewhat decent, then start with like a medium setting. Start with that, but then take your sliders down to 0, and then go into, you know, a common area, not too heavy. I mean, you could go heavy like LaGuardia in New York. Do something like that where it's enough scenery, and then start adjusting your settings so that way you can start seeing what your PC likes and what it doesn't like. And it's really a trial and error thing, and then you slowly start bringing your sliders in until you can get to that point where you're getting the performance that you want and still getting the quality that you want, because that's what we're really trying to chase. We're trying to chase quality and performance at the same time. So even with a low-end GPU, you can still gain performance and quality. It just depends on how your settings are. It's not just, oh, everything is at ultra. Because if your PC is not built for ultra, you're not going to get it. You're going to struggle. That's just how it is. Exactly, Val. That's what I'm trying to explain. And you know what, Springbok, you can get your cake and eat it too, but there's still a sacrifice to it. Something has to give, unless you just have liquid funds to just go and just buy beats. Now, like I said, I'm running a 7800 X3D with a 4080 Super. I'm running 64 gigs DDR5 at 3600 megahertz, and I have 4 different hard drives. I got 2 NVMe's and 2 regular SSDs. And the NVMe that I'm running just the sim on is a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD. I'm also running 2 gigs of internet speed, which technically I'm only getting 1 gig to the PC because the network on the PC itself is only a 1 gig network. So I'm in the process of finding me a network adapter to get well, I got to get me a switch first, because the Nighthawk router that I'm running is only at 1 gig. I got 2 gigs coming in, but only 1 gig going out. So it's not. I'm not even getting what I'm actually paying for. So I got to get me a switch, and then I got to get me an adapter so I can actually get 2 gigs to the PC. But like all of these things, like you can achieve the cake. You can achieve all of it too. You can get the cake the way you want it, and you can eat it the way you want it. Anyway, but you're gonna have to pay for that though. You know, and a lot of people want all of that on a budget build PC, and that's just not how it works. Not in flight sim. We all know that. If you've been flight simming long enough, you cannot take a budget build. Now you can mask it very well. You can definitely put some beautiful icing around it. But in the end, I mean, as much as flight sim has changed over the years, there's so much more information. You gotta have something to be able to run it if you want all the toys and the, you know, the goods. Springbok, okay, you caught the drift. You caught it. All right. It's the size of the slice you get. You're right, Val. Exactly. Well, I tell you what, Springbok, if you want to run one single 55-inch 4K, you can pretty much get away with that. Okay, let me ask you this: what GPU do you have? Because you could pretty much get away with that with just frame gen. Now, if you upgrade to that 9800 X3D, the 7800 X3D that I have is already a beast, and they're already, the benchmarks of that 9800 is crazy. So now, if you get that, you know you're gonna have to pair it with something crazy. Springbok, if you, that's a good GPU. If you could get away with this, what is it, the 79 XTX, which I think is, the price point of that is even cheaper than the 4080 Super, and that'll give you 24 gigs. That would be but honestly though, I mean, if you're gonna run a 9800 X3D with that, even with the 16 gigs on the 6800, you're still gonna be able to do crazy numbers on one screen. See, where it gets funny is with us guys who gotta go all the way with wraparound TVs, you know, 5700 TVs. You know, we're fighting for every frame we can possibly get to really get that quality and smoothness. Oh well, shoot, that's not bad. You got that i9 at 5 gigs. Okay, Val. Yeah, so there you go, Springbok. If you could swing that, even the 7900 XT, because that'll be one step down from the XTX. There go Jimmy. Jimmy, you are on a roll with the Goodwill. I gotta get the Goodwill. We got a spot here that has been, it's a consignment mall or something like that. That thing has been back there for years, and I've never went in there. Never. I've drove by plenty of times over the years, and but yeah, I need to get there because I need me a switch so I can get my 2 gigs out. I got way too many devices in this house. On 3 1080p displays has been a champ. Oh, that's what's up, Ben. I mean, the 4070s are not bad. I'm gonna tell you another beast graphics card that a lot of people sleep on, and it's still solid to this day. I mean, it's old, but I had the 2080 Super, and let me tell you something. When I first started with all 3 55-inch TVs, the 2080 Super was pushing it in FS2020. Oh, well, of course, Jimmy, you had to get that. You had to get that. There will be, you would be doing all of us a disservice to not get that for that price. 4090s here still at over 300. Hey, Springbok, the 4090s are still holding their value too, and That's why me and Seth kind of go back and forth. Like, dude, we gonna have to figure out how to. Like, either I'm gonna have to move to Australia, or he's gonna have to move to the state, or we're gonna have to meet in the middle. Cause we're gonna try and get the 5090s together. And see who can stay married the longest. Oh man. But it's crazy because, like I said, the 4090 is still holding its value. I mean, you still gotta buy a 4090 over here, depending on which one you get. Even the base model 4090 is still pushing $1,800, even on a used 4090. You know, and if you go with like the Rogue Strict 4090, you're still pushing $2,200. And the price point on the 5090 is $2,100 to $2,500 when it hits the market next year. So why spend $2,200 on a gaming 4090 when I could spend an extra $300 and go ahead and get the 5090, which is blowing the 4090 out of the water? Hey, there you go, Ben. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, and I get it, Springbok. I want all the candy. I want it all. Every bit of it. I don't want one piece of candy left behind. I need to taste it all. I do PC part picker for reference. Well, no, Springbok, they just it was what, maybe 2 weeks ago, they was talking. Now, if the price point of that 5090 is at 3, which I don't think, if it does that, there's only gonna be like 5 people to buy that. But from what I've been gathering from the forums and from YouTube channels that I follow religiously on, you know, who keeps up with the back end of all that and knowing what's going on, and they saying that right now the price point is $2,100 to $2,500 for the 5090 US. Hey, ain't not, you know what, Val? I have learned something when it comes to PC builds. If I were to rebuild my PC all over again, first and foremost, I just need a case. We're doing 0 RGB first and foremost. That is a FPS drain pipe. That RGB stuff is for people that's looking at their PC and because it looks cool. I am inside my flight simulator. I don't even see that PC. So why am I sacrificing performance for a PC to look cool on the outside? You know what I'm saying? So first off, no RGBs. 2, I just need to make sure I got a case big enough to hold everything I need. So right now I'm running the Corsair 4000D. And it is barely, and I mean, I am barely squeezing by with the 4080 Super and I'm running the 360 millimeter water cooler. And I'm talking, I can't put nothing else in that PC. So I would probably go with maybe a 5000, or I do like, I will say, what case is that one? The Y60, I think it's the YB60 or the Y60, something like that. I would go with that case. That's a nice case. But I like the Corsair case because the mesh setting that it has, so the PC can actually breathe. Like, I need airflow, and the Corsair cases are magnificent on their airflow bills. Oh, I get it, Val. I definitely get it. Recommend be quiet 800. I have 12 fans cooling every inch. So I got 3 fans on the 360 water cooler. So I got, well, let me see. So I got 3 fans on the inlet, and then I got 3 fans on the exhaust side. So 3 is coming in on the front, and then I got 2 going up, and then 1 going towards the back. And I mean, even right now at its peak performance, like with everything running, my water cooler, like the water cooler temps don't get no more than, I think I've seen it peak at like 36, 37. But it normally stays around 34, 35. Okay. Well, no, I mean, you know, I'm not knocking the RGB, you know, I get it, you know, for those who are sitting and actually, you know, like you're looking at your PC while you're doing flight sim or playing your games. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that I learned very quickly just how much performance you are losing when you turn all those lights on, because the RGB program in the background to push out like that, it's actually a lot of information to push that. I didn't know that, but I had turned it on and the sim started acting crazy. I turned it off and it went right back to being smooth. So I'm like, all right, no more lights for me. I mean, I do have lights on. It's just not, it's not doing all the flashy jumping around this light, that light, and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, says, see, that's the case that I want. I'm one step down from you. I got the 4000. Oh, Val, you get it, no RGB either. I got 5 pulling through the radiator, 3 top exhaust, 2 inlet bottom, higher RPM, and 1 out back, most 140. Dad, you got a big case, Springbok. Ooh, yeah. Have fun with that, Val. I thought about the custom board. This is where I think that's where, you know, that is the crossroad where I feel like, you know, we have to go our separate ways. That is the point where it's like, all the best of luck to you, my friend. I'm going home. And my mind won't allow me to go past the limits of certain things. I have because see, in my thoughts, something tragic is going to happen. I am not going to put the seal on correctly. It's not going to be tightened. And I just got done spending $5,000-$6,000 on this PC build just for it to fry because some liquid coolant got on the motherboard because I didn't tighten it all the way. Yes, I don't want to do that. I don't even want to play with that. Alright, Springbok. Good talking with you, man. We catch you on the next one. Yay! You got the old Cool Master Storm Striker. I haven't seen one of those cases in a long time. I mean, outside of the Cool Master case that I have here, but I mean, like I said, this. What was cool about this case was, and I think I actually put it in one of my older videos. But my neighbor across the street, he was throwing out 2 cases, and one of them was a Cool Master. And so I had both of those cases sitting in the house for a while. I'm like, man, I'm not about to do nothing with these things. And then I came up with the idea of using this as a, you know, AC overhead unit. Always, Springbok. Always. see something here. We 60 miles out, and I need to start losing some altitude here. What is? Let's see. Just no. I want to be arrivals. Let's go. Altitude is 2872. So we'll go 4,000 for the initial. Well, we'll go 39. And our descent will be, we'll say 400 to destination. Oh, okay, Val, I see you. That's what's up. Ah, okay, bunny. Hey, I tell you what though, that case, when it first came around, that case was something to mess with. We all know that Toby used to be on a TV show called The Office. You're right. Hey Janet, once we get down here in Boise, Idaho, what are some things that we can look forward to doing?
Oh, well, when we land in Boise, we can look forward to visiting the Boise River Greenbelt, which is a lovely place for a stroll, and maybe even checking out the Idaho State Capitol, where Toby once tried to impress a group of tourists by pretending to be a state senator. He ended up getting kicked out for trying to give a speech about potato farming, which, as we all know, is a very serious topic.
Toby. Come on, Toby. Yeah, Ben. The Office, that show. I love that show. Definitely love that show. Okay, so nope, I don't want to do that. No. Go back in here. That's where I'm trying to go right here. Let's get some weather down over here at Boise. So winds are calm. Conditions, freezing fog. Vertical visibility, 100 feet AGL. Temps are -4. Altimeter is 3039. So runway departing 10 left and 10 right. So we want to take 10 left. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. GA parking. This is a whole park pretty much anywhere. So I guess it doesn't matter. The goal is to get off at. Ooh, that's gonna be hard. Maybe we could, if I can touch down and exit on golf, that would set me up so I'm not doing a long taxi. Well, even if we got the echo, it still won't be that bad. Definitely got to be off by echo. Everybody knows a Toby Bunny. Everybody. Hey Bunny, how many more trips you gonna need before you get to the before you get home? You said what? You headed to Alaska, right? And then home. So you what? You about 2 trips out? Oh, you still 5 or 6 out. Oh, okay. Shoot, you moving better than me. You didn't came across the whole world in about what, 3 days? After Boise, we got what? We got Oregon and Washington State, and then we start working our way east, y'all. Shoot, me and the V boy, we knocking them down. Oh wow, Bunny, that's cool, man. They rendered that in the sim. That's pretty cool. All right. Full mixture. Who are we with right now? Salt Lake approach. Salt Lake approach. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 27 miles southeast of Boise Air Terminal. Looking for vectors to runway looking for vectors for runway 10 right. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. I gotta get back.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Fly heading 340 for vectors to intercept the visual approach for runway 10 right at Boise Air Terminal.
Fly heading 340 for vectors to intercept the visual approach for runway 10 right at Boise Air Terminal. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Watch out for these power lines. We're good. We're 3,900 above.
$500.
Forget that. I'm about to cancel. Salt Lake City Center, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa would like to cancel flight following.
Terrain ahead.
You about to send me right into the mountain.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Radar services canceled. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Good day. Yeah, you about to send me right into. About to send me straight to go meet my maker. So let's go tower. Where he got me at? Okay. Yeah, let's get away from that guy. Let's go comms. Let's go tower on 1181. Let's see if that one works. Boise Tower, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 19 miles southeast of the field, looking for runway 10 right, full stop.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Boise Tower. Enter right traffic for runway 10 right. Report when established.
Enter right traffic for runway 10 right. Report when established. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. All right. So we're gonna do a right traffic for for the field. Oh, nice, Bunny. Hey, Bunny, are you in the Discord yet? If not, man, get in the Discord. I like to see those. Just post the pictures up in the Discord. I have a, what is it for? Let me see. Load it up into clips and highlights. Whenever you get a chance. Please and thank you. So there's that little pond, and the field is just to the right of it ahead. Ah, got the field. So we're just gonna follow this road here right up below us. Pretty much take a straight there. Yeah, the sim is definitely performing so much better, man. I'm loving this right now. Val, career mode 69. Man, y'all putting in some work. I guess we all are. Shoot, Sess is one flight away. Well, he's on his final. Sess, you on your final leg for the Route 66 tour. You've been on that tour what now? What, 2 months? Alright, we're gonna do the
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, you're leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
what? Frequency change approved, and there's a 424 on it. Visual 110 right and activate. This is like an old airstrip out here. Or is it part of something else? That's weird. Okay. Last one this weekend. I have 3 172s. I'm probably about to buy a bonanza. Hey, you gotta put a bonanza in the fleet, man. All right, let's get her woed up a little bit. I think I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do my best to be a part of this last flight, Sess. All right, we got the field off to the right. Oh man, this is just nice, man. Oh, I'm loving it.
$500.
Yeah, I definitely like whatever I did. I gotta figure it out so I can give it to y'all. Hopefully it'll work for you as well. I've literally been able to boost all my settings on ultra except my TLOD. I still got that at 100. I am flying the VTEL Bonanza there. I'm assuming family first. Oh, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Out here driving, flying crazy. All right, speed checks. Gear down. First notch of flaps is coming in. Lights are on. I'm looking for the runway. And I overshot it a little bit. That's alright. Give myself a little bit of right rudder. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just gorgeous. All right. Boise Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is established on a final runway 10 right.
500.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, clear to land, runway 10 right.
Clear to land 10 right, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. All right. Full flaps coming in. Trim is acting a little weird. Man, I can't wait. I need to get me a new trim wheel. I don't really care too much for this auto trim or this electric trim. I just can't trim it out the way I want. But we are established. Gear down, flaps down. We have the runway. A little fast. Need to get down. Speed here. I want to be 75-ish. 75 over the fence, just like I want. And we're just gonna coast her in. And we are down. sit here.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, welcome to Boise. Contact ground on 121.7.
Going to 1217, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa today. Alright. Boise ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is cleared. Runway 10 right. Holding short on a Bravo, looking to parking for GA.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Boise ground, taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo Golf, cross runway 10 right, then cross runway 10 left, then Alpha 6.
Why you
Have a great day.
Why you got me going all the way over there? I don't want to go over there. Taxi to general aviation parking via Bravo Golf, cross runway 10 right, then cross runway 10 left, then Alpha 6. Have a good day, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Why you got me going over there when I'm already over here? You know what I'm not about to do? Why can't I just go? I don't feel like doing all that. So we're not. Nah, let me stop. Let me do it the right way. No, this is my sim. I do what I want. I'm not going all the way over there. We're gonna come park over here. That's what we're about to do. Oh, let me get y'all. There we go. Okay. We'll go park next to this Cessna over here. Appreciate that, Bonnie. We'll look at that here in a few minutes. See if I can do this. Takes skills to do this. There we go. And we are in and parked. Lights off. Engines are off. Power is off. We are good to go. Well, welcome to Boise, Idaho. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. We are off to Oregon tomorrow. I don't know where yet. Y'all know how I do. I pick as the days go. Good flight though. Very, very good flight. Good convo today. What is this? Looks like a real plane. You're ready whenever. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's been a fun journey building this sim. All right, Jimmy. Hey, I'll catch up with you here in a bit, man. Glad you liked the stream, Sess. And once again, appreciate the gift. That is the new cup of choice for the flights from here on out. Thanks for hanging out, Howard. Hey Val, keep keep doing your thing over there in your career, man. You busting out the waters. Have a good night, Ben. Enjoyed it. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I've really been working and practicing and really studying the Bonanza, and I've learned that approach speeds is very good at 75, and that 70 knot is kind of the butter for the grease landing. So I'm gonna keep working at it, but I appreciate that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and call this one a night, and I will catch you tomorrow. I don't really know what's going on out. Let me see. Let me check with Janet and see what is there to do out here. Hey Janet, what is there to do out here in Boise, Idaho?
Oh, in Boise, there's plenty to do. You can visit the Boise River Greenbelt, go hiking in the foothills, or check out the Idaho State Capitol. Just be careful of the geese. They can be quite aggressive if you try to feed them.
Yeah, we know that. Sounds good. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and get checked into the hotel after I do all my stuff over here at FBO, and I guess I'm gonna go check out the state capitol. So y'all be safe out there, and we'll see you on board tomorrow. SayIntentions, or not SayIntentions, Lord have mercy, CardboardSim signing out.